in their own rights, as we have readies in the chat.
Yeah, just a quick comment there. How is it that Paki is playing with a Nintendo 64 and an NES Mario? That just doesn't register with me.
I don't know, but I gotta say, it looks like he might be in a position to not be stuck with all yellows at the end. Let's see what happens.
Aki already setting up for a horizontal combo. He's going to need a yellow blue to be able to fire it off and drop those reds down. Um, or he could just deal with the garbage.
Definitely, there's multiple ways of doing that, and then definitely you don't want to be waiting for it a lot. Perhaps a little bit of that leftover mentality of the NES, where you cannot really just wait for the right build to appear eventually, because it might not.
Yeah, it's a little easier to do early in game, but what Packy, he's not known for his patience when it comes to this. He's gonna find a way to just fire it off, and you know what? Garbage is garbage. He's gonna take care of it, and he's gonna take care of it fast.
Yeah, definitely. And he's making quick work of this level 8. However, Floyd's not too far behind at this point. It's just one barrels so far. It was a little bit more before as Paki drops there a horizontal into another horizontal. And he's just going to need one more blue and two yellows, which he just gets. And he's out first at 127. But Floyd is about 5 seconds behind, or 5 seconds earlier because he started a little bit after Paki did. So he's actually first out of level 8.
It's not gonna be confusing at all, is it? So we've got a really good board on both sides. Packy dealing with a little bit of more red than he would like to, but Flendo, I think he's going to be able to find ways to get around it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that Packy's really good about is seeing what's on his board, seeing what pills he's got. We mentioned earlier that Packy has a strategy of just slamming down the pills, and so he's going to get what he needs. And as we're seeing here, he's just making some really great plays. Floyd, on the other hand, though, is really making some great plays himself. He's down to just 10 viruses left, now 9 in his level 9, and really making some good progress here.
I'd say the thing that has always struck me about Floyd is that he just goes for simple clears. He's had multiple opportunities to do that tuck blue that he just pulled off. Chose not to do them because they were higher risk plays. Floyd is definitely not a high risk player most of the time, but it certainly paid off for him as he's out at a 253, and Packy soon to join him there, John.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's still an advantage for Floyd. Just apparently the game likes those simple clears as you mentioned that Floyd does, and so far it's been working for him to just keep it moving and keep himself still on the steering wheel for this game.
Yes, indeed. So that red top line though, not going to be particularly friendly for Packy. He's got some red garbage as well. It's just a lot of red. And Packy knows what to do with a lot of yellow, as he showed us in the first two games. But this time, well, we're gonna see what he can do with a whole lot of red instead.
And I really like that L clear that Packy just made with those yellows. Really nice play by Packy there. Over on Floyd's side, we are looking at about 13 viruses. Packy's bringing this back. He's trying to anyway. Um, keeping in mind that time differential on our between our players. Floyd just needing some yellow and red at this point. He would really like to see a red yellow, and there it is, able to drill that down. Just looking for 2 more reds. He's going to be out of this level 10 with that double red at a 417, 418.
Yeah, that's
And
go ahead.
oh, I was just going to say, and Paki just right behind is just gonna need a couple of yellows and the blue, and he's out at the 438. Still, Floyd to be beaten this level 10.
Yeah, I'd say though that little bit of rough RNG at the end of that last level, or actually earlier in that last level. It's really put Packy behind the eight ball when it comes to getting out of this level block without taking an early 0-1 deficit. Um, but you know what? It's Packy. I've seen him take 0-1 deficits all the time, and it doesn't usually end well for the person who beats him.
Yeah, definitely. As we see that at this point, still 8 viruses of a difference between both of our players. Paki with some setups there, trying to work around those blues because, well, he wasn't getting any blue, but it's also not like a big thing that he has to be focusing on right now. He just wants to open up that middle so he can do some more stuff on those sides.
Floyd with a really nice tuck under to get that horizontal yellow. He's just down to reds and blues now. He will. Okay, he's gonna go for it vertically rather than horizontally, and that's just Floyd. Floyd, like we were saying earlier, goes for the simple clears, and so far it's worked out for him. He's been able to keep this lead on Packy out at a 6:03. The Packy not too far behind.
Yeah, I gotta think Packy's got to be frustrated with the way that this. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, you could see it in his face. This level has not worked out well for him. He was sitting with a lot of really good doubles in the bottom right hand corner, and he wasn't getting the pills that he needed to be able to solve it that way. And coming from the NES, the high level of play that Packy has at the NES level. Not that he's not amazing at this game as well. Uh, those are the boards you dream of, and seeing it and not being able to reach out and solve it the way you want to, it's going to cause frustration, especially for somebody who leans as hard into those really big brain plays that Packy does.
And speaking of being a big brain plays, yeah, Packy's going to go for that fat low. Very nice. And that's dropped into a yellow. He just saw the whole sequence of plays going on there. Very nice.
Meanwhile, on Floyd's side, again holding on to about a 6 virus lead plus the time difference. It looks like he's going to have a good shot as he takes that lightning bolt out on his right hand side. Looks like he's got a good shot at taking this one. But it's then going to be a question of can he do it again? Because this is why we play two games. You don't, or play best of three. You don't just win in one game. But Packy already looking towards his screen. I'm pretty sure that's where his watch on the stream is. He's thinking that he's already lost as Boyd does finish up, and he's going to take up this first game. Packy with a great combo setup to finish off this level 12 in just beautiful fashion, out at an 818.
very well played game by both of our players. Packy just had a little bit of a fight with his RNG, and I think that ultimately cost him this match. But we know Packy, he comes back with a vengeance after a loss. So this next game should be really exciting.
Yeah, and it's doubly frustrating, especially in this version where the RNG is known to be better to take an L2 RNG. And that's pretty much the best way you can describe it. Packy did everything he could with the RNG that he was given. Not that, and that doesn't take away from what Floyd did. Floyd played an excellent game as well. But when it even looks like that's the difference maker, oh, it's frustrating, and a frustrated Packy is a very dangerous Packy.
Right, as we
Absolutely.
have both of our players starting this next match. They just jumped into it.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, but well, they didn't really wait for anything. What I mean is just they want to fight it out. They know that they want to make it as far as possible, and definitely they're going to be doing just that.
Oh my gosh, that double combo for Packy. Two setups in a row, and he just it kept dropping stuff down that was exactly what he needed. It was a really good play to look at there, Flindo.
Absolutely. And also a really nice lightning bolt now from Floyd. Um, Speaking of those simple simple plays that we usually see Floyd do, that lightning bolt, it's a little bit more of an advanced technique, and really nice to see Floyd pull that off.
Yeah, absolutely. But in the end, it's going to be Packy who's going to take this first level at just what about a 120. Floyd is right behind him, but definitely Packy with the lead as we start on this level 9 there, John.
Yeah, definitely. As but unfortunately, Paki, with one of those not so usually seen boards in the SNES, where there's not a lot of one color. In this case, it's blue that is missing from Paki's top line.
Yeah, but he's finding great ways to get around it, and I think as long as he doesn't have to leave this red on was it column 6 stranded too long, and he does get rid of it, everything should be all right for him.
Yeah, Packy been making some really great plays with what he's been given. He's been able to keep this even with Floyd as we continue on in this level 9. Take Sage real clear down. He's going to suffer a tiny bit of drop time, but not anything too detrimental for him. Going to take that blue and do a little bit of more drop time, but it was the efficient play. He's now de-sandwiched those blues and able to get these last two viruses without any drop time. He's going to be at a 234 ahead of Floyd.
Yeah, as Floyd passes that 234 mark with 3 viruses still left on his board, he's going to be out at a 240, so it's going to be close. But um, this is definitely Aki getting back to where he wanted to be, and just proving his reputation very correct.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, what I know Paki has been working on this version is in being more consistent with the times. So it might have been just one of those situations where he had one of those bad times that he's trying to fight to have, and now he's showing really what he can do in this game.
Yeah, and these two just blow for blow, taking this game down. I think Floyd even has a bit of a lead right now, but it's very small, and there's just so much happening on both sides of this one. To answer our chat, yes, the speed is player's choice. There are benefits to both, and the highest level speedrunners generally do actually play on medium. So uh, high speed is not a requirement on this one, partially because we're not playing versus.
And for the record, low speed is not recommended.
Right. That's the one that we just kind of go, maybe not so much. Unless you want to just make your viewers hate you, which I've done before. All right, Packy out at a 415, Floyd out at a 414. Oh dear, here we go. 2 levels left to go in this block as Floyd gets a little bit of a slow exit out of that, uh, out of the congratulations screen. I hope that isn't enough to make a difference in this match.
Definitely, let's hope that that's not the game changer. Both, I mean, both of our players have been just so close after 3 levels, which is just insane. Given that, well, they are really good at this, and not only that, but they are playing completely different boards. So that just tells you about how good these players are.
Packy though demolishing this level early as Floyd gets a little bit of NES brain, doesn't set up for the horizontal that the SNES was just getting ready to deliver to him. Gets it eventually, but that has created a little bit of garbage on his side, and it's something he's going to have to deal with there, Flindo.
Yeah, and Floyd has given up a lot of horizontal opportunities in this block. And I don't know if that's very typical of Floyd. I don't know if he's more of a vertical player or not, but I've seen a lot of horizontals that he's just passed up on, and it's going to be curious to see how that is going to either help him or hurt him in the outcome of this match.
We do see him kind of coming up with some.
Oh,
Oh dear.
sorry. Yeah, Paki
Yeah,
just
no,
blocked
you're right.
himself badly.
But because he's got that horizontal set up, he's going to get out at a 602. But yeah, that could have been an absolute game changer on a game that Packie has pretty much been in charge of for the most part from start to finish.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
wow, that just that's part of also the efficiency of going, just trying to put pills down as fast as possible and go through as many as possible. You sometimes are going to block alternate ways of solving something, and fortunately, Paki just reacted quickly and was able to deal with that.
Yeah, that's something. If you hear him talk in interviews, Packie is generally aware of multiple methods of making solves, especially at the end during his end game. So I guarantee you, he not only knew that double yellow that those yellows were lined up there, he put them there on purpose, which is more than I can say for most of my own plays.
Yeah. Floyd's in an interesting situation here. Look at all this yellow on his top line, and it's all just kind of clumped together there. Starting to get some of the yellows he needs to work on that, and he's just making some really great plays as he continues to work through this. All those yellows, thankfully, Mario just blessed him with the yellows that he needed. He's able to keep this board relatively flat as well.
Yeah, he's really bringing it back, but unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to do so in time, as Packie is just also demolishing this level. And it looks like we are headed straight for a decider, and we are with a 753. Packie is out. Floyd has now passed that time and will not be passing Packie in this one. So it is going to be yet another wonderful, beautiful decider.
All right, so we're gonna go into game number 3, as Paki definitely is certainly sure and surely happy to be giving Floyd a run for his money. And I mean, who wouldn't, since it's going to be an amazing final no matter which one of these players goes through.
Absolutely. We already have ready from both our players. They're like, let's go, let's play. We have our 3, 2, 1 and super pills.
Yeah, they're ready to play because it's quarter to 10 on the East Coast, and they know that the winner has to go and play yet one more game before it's over. Although I guess Packie does have the advantage there, being out on the West Coast instead. Oh, and a misdrop from Packie. It's not gonna be a major thing because he's gonna get what he needs to take care of it quickly. But uh, an uncharacteristic play and one that could be dangerous later on in the game.
Yeah, again, one of those situations where perhaps it's not being used to how this game locks the pills. So yeah, it's gonna happen from time to time for our players.
Absolutely, and that is a difference that we don't talk about nearly enough. Is that it is just that 1 or 2 frames difference between the way the NES locks and the way the SNES locks. And if you if you play at the level these guys play at on one version, switching to the other is not as easy as it sounds.
Absolutely. And I'm personally, I'm very curious to see what our qualifiers are going to look like for the NES version next month when everybody that has been playing SNES is now switching back.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see, as Mackie does have the lead coming out of this level 8, but it is not quite as long as the stream would make you believe. Floyd is again running a timer about 3 or 4 seconds behind what Packie's got.
Really nice underclear there by Packy to get the drop combo.
And that is definitely one of his strong suits. And Floyd, I was going to say Floyd has about orphaned this pile in on row 4, but no, he went ahead and just took care of it. So he's got a big block on this right-hand side. It's about twice what Packy has, although sometimes that single line on the right-hand side is harder to get rid of than this big block like what Floyd has, although he's about to have just that single line on his 8 as well.
Yeah, but Packie's gonna have to underclear those blues. He's gonna have to take some drop time there with the setup that he was trying to get for those reds. Hopefully, yeah, he gets the yellow first, and then he doesn't have to worry about more drop time with those reds.
So out of 249, Floyd gets 1, 2, and 2 more just for fun. So he's out of 253. So Flindo, it's a 4-second difference. What are you thinking is going to happen in the next 3 levels?
Well, it's really tough to call, Ook. Both these players are fantastic, and honestly, I don't want to be the one to cause a commentator's curse on either one of these players. So I'm just gonna say we're gonna have a close match and call it at that.
Fair enough. I just wanted to see what would happen when I put you on the spot like that. So yeah,
Fair.
it's a lot of great stuff going on. Floyd has knocked about half of his board down, but Packy is just making mincemeat out of his. He's got a lot of just vertical streaks going on down here. He's not getting a lot of opportunities for horizontals, but a lot of these verticals are doubles. And you know what? Give me doubles over any horizontal any day.
Yeah, definitely. That it's much more easy to deal with these doubles already set up, and more so when they are vertical. So yeah, Package is gonna be making quick work of this as well as Floyd just has to try and open up those viruses on that right side on the corner. Those are a little bit buried at this point, so it just has to figure out a way to deal with them efficiently.
Packy got a little bit greedy there, and now the setup is. Oh, it did work out for him. I thought he had. I had my numbers wrong. I couldn't count to 4, and I thought he had locked himself out of that horizontal. But even then, that he had a couple of opportunities to take care of it earlier, decided not to, so that he could take care of the yellow above it. But it all worked out for him in the end. But a little bit scary there, as he gets a lot of nice clears to start off this level 11.
Yeah, Packy had a really nice cross clear with that double yellow to clear, I think it was about 4 viruses. Really fun to see. Floyd, on the other hand, also making some really nice plays. He's got a bit of a gap, though, there in about column 5. And I'm a little bit concerned that he may have to deal with some drop time. This is Floyd, though. Floyd's very good at the game. We'll see how he's able to navigate this.
Yeah, that would require a lot more red yellows, which, as NES players know, is just about the most common pill in the game. But SNES, it will remain to be seen. It looks like Floyd did take that stuff going just one at a time, and we'll see how that works out for him. But he has taken quite a bit of a lead now over Packy. And that lead looks like it will continue to grow as he gets a really nice combo to get ready to knock out the end of this level 11 and nearly comes close to a top out there. It was a little scary.
Once again, our players just trying to go through as many pills as possible as quickly as they can. As now, Floyd is really putting a lot of distance between himself and Packy, and he knows he has to. He wants to go into the finals.
And no lead is safe here. And even now, even with was it about 10 viruses plus the speed the stream difference, Floyd knows that he could be 20 viruses ahead plus the stream difference, and it's not going to be enough to keep him 100% safe. So he is really going to have to put the pedal to the metal here to hold on to this lead. Because he knows Packie is right behind him, breathing down his neck, and he will not give up until the last virus is cleared.
Yeah, Packie's one of those players that no matter what um, lead you might be fortunate enough to have on him, you don't feel safe until the virus count hits 0 and you're done.
However, that being said, we are on the last level, and Floyd has managed to take an 8 virus lead and has a fairly solid end game setup, especially knocking out this garbage. I think things are looking up for him, John, but yeah, it's just going to be the doctor.
Yeah, at this point, just waiting for those last yellows for that Barrett. Yeah, he's gonna get a double just to finish it a little bit more quickly, and it's going to be out at a 7:35. So now we have who's going to be trying to claim this SNES tournament against ACM11. That's going to be Floyd.
Absolutely, but a GG's to both of our players. Packie out at a sub 8. Those are really good times for this level block. Both of these players, again, doing their best, playing a really good game. But we are really looking forward to this finals. This is going to be ACM versus Floyd. And man, oh man, it's going to be great. Stick around with us. The finals are coming up next.